Hello YouTube and Lashid4u. I've been enjoying your videos and I have been leaving comments. And I must say, I enjoy them. I think that with the attack on Tyler Perry's films and the disagreement with For Colored Girls and so on and so forth, it does speak to a bigger problem between black men and black women. My first thing would be many of my comments are just the sentiment that many black men may feel. Now, I felt some of it just seeing how film is depicted, and even based on some of my past experiences in the relationship realm. And I must say that your videos are really enlightening, and they do speak to a bigger truth that blacks, especially the black man and the black woman, we cannot get along. It seems that we are mortal enemies. We're supposed to be one another's support. We're supposed to be one another's shelter from the storms of life. And it seems that neither one of us can get along. It seems brothers are saying bees ain't you know what, and then the sisters are saying the N word ain't nothing, ain't nothing. So now we have this sort of nobody wants to admit their issues, but wants to always make the other person quote unquote act right. And I don't necessarily think that is a fair or realistic thing. At the risk of being cliche, it does take two to tango. One doesn't just cause the problem and then the other one is the victim or the one that is being acted upon. There's sort of a two-way stream going on. You're acting and reacting and the other person is acting and reacting, and then of course you have that going on all willy-nilly. And a lot of people don't really look at their actions and how it may have affected the situation. Both men and women. This isn't me singling out any one particular gender. And I also believe that you mentioned other TV shows about good times. Now, I can agree with you about the whole good times thing because I saw James Evans as a strong black male trying to instill good values into his family and put a roof over his family's head and help them pay the bills and all of that. And I saw Florida as a strong black woman, and I believe they complemented one another and they stuck through thick and thin. Just like with the Cosby Show. I saw how Cliff and Claire, there was a love, there was a romance, and there was a devotion to each other. Yes, they had their male female power plays, but they still stuck it out and loved each other and loved their children. When the going got difficult for both the middle class family and even the poor family, you still had them sticking together, sticking through thick and thin, raising the children, doing what they needed to do. Where it seems that when things get difficult for us, we're just like, well, I'm done. Let me go seek greener pastures now. And as we know, the grass is always greener. Another cliche. And just because that grass may be greener from afar doesn't mean that it's really green when you get up on it and you start munching on it. And I think we live in a culture of blame where nobody actually says, hey, look, I was wrong. Let me see what I can do to act differently next time. It's, no, I was not wrong. In fact, you were wrong. I was right, and you need to get that straightened out. So that seems to be the general mentality of people, especially nowadays, especially our people. And I do realize that black men and women, though we have similar history, I think men and women think differently. That's another thing. Men and women look at situations differently because we are built differently, wired differently. But we're expecting the other one to think like us and behave like us. And that's not going to work. That's not realistic. So this video is merely to say that many of your videos are not bad, and I don't necessarily think you're quote unquote defending Tyler Perry, but I do see that the Tyler Perry thing is a bigger issue. He's merely the gateway, the doorway into a bigger world that we really need to face. And I do agree with you that we do need to stop thinking of what the white man identifies us as. It seems that we can only find value and veracity only if we're somehow validated in the eyes of another culture. The Asians don't do this, the Jews don't do this, the Arabs, the Pakistanis, even the blacks in Africa don't do this. But us as black Americans, somebody white has to give it the stamp of approval, and then suddenly it's okay, it's all right, it's acceptable. Many other cultures do identify themselves. Now, I'm not advocating hating white people or even that one culture is superior to another. I just know that all cultures look to themselves for inspiration, whether it be through a religion, whether it be through poetry or song, or whether it be through the principles of a good work ethic. All cultures try to define themselves. They don't let another outside culture try to define them. And even though blacks and whites are together here in America, there's still two different Americas. There's the white America, there's the black America. And this is nothing against white people. This is just a reality that we do live in two separate worlds. We are perceived differently. And what we need to do is perceive ourselves in a better way, act in a better way, cultivate better character traits, and then we can be ultimately better citizens of whatever country we may find ourselves in. And of course, we won't see these horrible statistics, and I will agree with you. We are a broken people. We are a people that have been stripped of language, culture, land, religion, and having to take on a new land, a new culture, a new religion. So how does that work? How do we deal? And it seems that what we've done is we've merely taken the dominant culture, dipped it in chocolate, and then said this is black culture, which is not necessarily accurate. And I do enjoy your videos, Lashid4u. I really like them, and I say keep making your videos, keep doing the good work. I do love the discussion and the discourse that you're bringing to the table by presenting these videos. So once again, fragments of memory, I'm out. Peace.